Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to more Factorio, modded, mini, mega base, train world, all kinds of miscellaneous nonsense. I'm Liz. Last time we got our little initial make anything that we're going to use to make the actual factory setup. We are running a little bit low on iron here, and we are going to be expanding this by making stone furnaces eventually, but this is not our final smelting array. Obviously, our smelting arrays will be significantly more robust than these. For the time being, I am actually going to reverse these two chests and start saturating this belt a little bit more, just to get a little bit more production going on through here. And also, while we wait for fluid handling to finish, is research currently chuching at full bore? It does appear to be. Yeah, we're not running out of anything yet. No, we're doing absolutely fine for research. In fact, look at that. Christmas tree on the belt. I know it's hard to see here because I'm zoomed way out, but we have a Christmas tree on the belt, which is perfect. We could probably even put in a couple more labs if we wanted to. We're going to wait for fluid handling to finish, and then we're going to get ourselves the advanced material processing. In the meantime, I think what I want to set up now, because it's really important to get this set up sooner rather than later. A lot of people do this way too late, in my opinion. And I guess maybe you can get by with it if you are totally peaceful. But what we want to set up now is stone wall production, because eventually we're going to want just metric. But actually, I don't even want a wooden chest of these. I want an iron. I want a steel chest of these actually, but I have no steel production yet. And actually, I would much rather have you up here, wouldn't I? Yeah, because this is where the light is. I would rather put you up here. So we're just going to do a little bit of this, and you just need to be reconfigured over to here. Actually. I want to put you there, and then we will stick you here, and we will reconfigure you to be over here. There we go. That's going to make our walls, and it can't load brick fast enough with just the one inserter, but that's okay. It doesn't really need to load brick any faster than this. We'll just load it as we can, and if we get inserter stack bonuses, it'll make it even quicker. But we're just going to chip out a few walls every here and there as we can. This will continue to make these miners work and continue to make these furnaces work and all of that good stuff for the time being. And that will take care of that situation. Fluid handling is still on the go. What's the other thing that I just said I probably should get? Well, I know what I should get. I should get myself some armor and a submachine gun. Steel. That's what I said I should get. I have no furnaces on me currently. I do have some furnaces in a chest. Is it this chest? No, that chest is wood. It must be this chest. Yeah. I can actually pick this chest up now. I dropped it down because I didn't have inventory at the time, but we can definitely pick it up now. So I do have 4 electric stone furnaces and 2 regular stone furnaces that I upgrade. I can make 6 electric furnaces and start producing some steel real quick. I mean, that's going to use up even more iron, though. Do we want to do that? When iron is already sort of at a premium and I don't have enough to do the shit that I need even yet. Well, I'm going to need it for the steel furnaces, though, right? Like, I'm going to have to. Like, we need this to do the stuff that we need to do, so we're gonna do it, right? Like, that's just the way this works. But we don't have to tap off of this iron line. We can actually, we'll do these 4, and then let's grab these 2 as well, so 5, 6. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's exactly what I thought. Tell you what, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 10. There we go. And then let's just do something like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're just going to put another set behind this. So this double line of iron here, we are going to end up pulling more off of. And remember, this isn't really a double line because there's a single yellow belt feeding it. So this is really only a half a belt. At most. Like, if we were pulling full throughput, this would only be a half a belt. But for now, this should be sufficient for our requirements for the moment. We should just be able to do something like this and just, straight through on the stuff. So we will stick our inserters thusly. And by thusly, I mean don't screw up like that anymore. Then we have to. And like this. Very good, very good, very good. And then how about where do we want to stick all of the outputs on these guys? I guess in the exact same tiles, because we might actually no, we'll do this. We're not going to put chests on every one of these. I was considering putting a chest at the end of every single one of these, but that would seem silly. No, instead we are going to run a belt, and we will just run a belt this way, and it'll just go straight into a chest. And the chest will be loaded up with steel. And you know what? We should get an iron chest for this. I would like to store a little bit more than a wooden chest potentially in the long run, because we are going to need a lot of steel. And this is going to use a whole crap spiel of power, but I mean, I'm kind of okay with that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm kind of okay with that. We're going to stick you right there, though, just to conform with the same standard we're using for everything else. And yeah, you know what? We should probably put them on the ends too, because again, we're trying to conform with the same standard. You can't really go where you're supposed to go, can you? Well, then this one is going to go against standard, and it's going to be a little bit closer than it's supposed to be. There we go. And we need a light right next to the steel chest so that I know where the steel chest is. And is that taking care of everything it needs to take? It is. We have steel producing. It takes a good long while to make steel. Also, we are up to 12 megawatts. Oh boy, that's, yeah, 13 megawatts. We're definitely using a lot more power than I'm used to this early, thanks to all these electric furnaces. Holy crap. But this will produce us the steel that we're going to need in order to get this all done as well. And yeah, just go full bore, man. Just make until you can't make no more. That's perfectly fine. I give you my blessing to do so. How is the walls looking? Yeah, stack and change. Get in there. Definitely get in there. You guys are still unloading? Wow, I thought you'd be, like, completely spent by now, but, apparently they just can't unload fast enough here. Yeah, see, they're getting stuck because it's saturated here, and then we're pulling it off for all these other things. That's why. We're not actually, like, we are actually making a decent amount over here. It's just we're using it pretty quickly when it gets up here. It's okay. It's fine. Everything will be okay. Number one, A-okay. Fluid handling will be done soon, and then we can start on... Oh, you're marked for deconstruction. This drill is already spent. Look at that. Well, let's pick it up, I guess, then. Anything here? No, all those ones are good. Alright. So I think what I will do right now is take a break. Well, I'm not going to take a break, but I am going to cut the video for a little bit so you guys don't have to watch just, you know, nothing happening at all until we have fluid handling and maybe the next research after that done, which shouldn't take very long. And then we can start on our steel furnace production over here. And then after, you know, we get this sort of stabilized, I think maybe I will start working on the smelting array. I want to put the smelting array up in here, so in the meantime, what I'm going to do is build a steel tool and then get to work on clearing these trees out. So I'll see you in a bit. Huzzah! We finally broke our iron picks. And now we can start building us some steel axes. So now we've got 4 of them. We're about to finish fluid handling as well. Oh, that goes so much nicer, so much smoother. And it occurs to me as I'm doing this, you know, cutting all these things down, I have green science chooching along now, and I have access to military too. It only takes 20 green science and gives me access to granadas, which only use iron and coal, and you know, they're pretty good at clearing out trees, I hear. But we're going to go with the 75 science advanced material processing. Although honestly what I should get is electric energy distribution 1. But no, we will go with this first. You know what? I want electric energy distribution 1 before we do our smelting array. I never get it first. I always get it after I do the initial smelting array because I wait to get green science until after I've built the smelters. Because, you know, you get the lines of materials from the smelters. But the fact that I'm building like these electric smelters that give me like baby smelting array early on means that we have the ability to do some science early, and I can just get myself electric energy distribution, and I'm going to have medium poles by the time I build my smelters. And I can have steel furnaces by the time I build my smelters. Like, it's fascinating, isn't it? We can just build 36 steel furnaces right up the thing and be done with it, right? I think we need 35, but 36 will take care of it all. Because 35 is not OCD friendly. 35, we would have to have like an odd number bullshit thing happen. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to be clearing trees for like an hour and a half. And by that, I mean like another 15 minutes, most likely. So I will see you when either research finishes or I'm done with this and I move on to some other non-menial task. Just want to show real quick that we are going to drop down 2 additional labs. Whether we can support it or not, I am getting sick of how slow that's going. Super early research going super slow is not pleasant. There we go. That'll take advanced material processing a little less time now. In fact, half the time. Well, maybe not, depending on if we can keep up on the science or not. I also restocked our thingamabobbers there. Hey, the chests are empty. Fantastico. Well, I am back to clearing out this giant colossal forest up here. We've made some good progress so far, but there's still a lot to go. So, you know, I'll be here. So I wanted to have a real chat with you guys while we're doing this here. So please put on your comment fingers for this video. And what I want to talk about is YouTube and that kind of thing in general. Like, I recently left my multi-channel network because they stopped advertising on my videos shortly after I returned to YouTube. You know, I started publishing new videos again, and all of a sudden they just stopped advertising entirely. And I had total freedom, like total autonomy to leave them at any time. Like, I was not in a contract that was restrictive or anything like that. So I left my multi-channel network. And just, you know, yesterday, basically, they processed it properly, and it was all taken care of. It was supposed to be done a couple days ago. Long story short, from when they stopped advertising on my videos and I requested to leave to when they finally, you know, did it, it took, you know, basically 3 months of time. With a month of just sitting there waiting for them to do it, because they have up to a month to do it, and they literally waited the entire time before taking care of it. And when I did that, I signed up for AdSense, and, you know, I can see why people are like, yeah, multi-channel networks are kind of scams at this point, because seeing AdSense afterwards, just the initial reports of it, are ridiculously good. Like, ridiculously good. Like, beyond anything that I could have expected from the MCN back in the days. And it wasn't bad at the time. Now, the reason I bring this up is because after my return, we've been making some good traction here. The community here has been growing nicely. I'm quite impressed. Initially, when I started posting videos on YouTube years and years and years and years ago, it took us a long time to get the kind of traction that we're seeing right now. And it's building a lot quicker this time than it was ever really in the past. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, like, honestly, another year, both of my kids are going to be in grade 1, which means there's not going to be any of this stupid back and forth with them all day long to drop them off for school and pick them up and all this stuff and daycare and all these things. It's one drop off in the morning and one drop off and one pickup in the afternoon. So actually, one will be in grade 1 and the other will be in that year she'll be in grade 4. So, like, you know, a year. If I spend a year at this and I make some significant traction along the way, we have our armor and I got a submachine gun, by the way. If I make some significant traction on this channel along the way in a year, and we are in a position where we're making some decent potential money off of AdSense on it, you know, maybe I can start devoting more time to it. Maybe I don't have to devote as much time to other things that I don't find quite as fulfilling. See, my particular occupation, I work in IT, and get paid pretty exceptionally well. You know, I'm not going to go into details about it too much, but it's not insignificant, let's say. And I don't necessarily need to be paid all of that much. Our lifestyle, we can handle things in a much better way if I'm much more relaxed, and maybe, you know, potentially it could be in the cards in like a year's time, depending on how things are looking. We might start doing this a little bit more of a full or semi-full-time basis, and just wondering what people's thoughts about that kind of thing on YouTube are. Not about this channel and me in specific. I mean, just that sort of thing on YouTube in general. How much time do you spend on YouTube? How much stuff do you watch? What are your thoughts on AdSense and revenue off of videos and all these kinds of things? I have always said that I do not make videos for YouTube for the pay right now, and I don't make videos on YouTube for controversial, you the viewer, either. I make videos to recapture that experience of sharing my experience, my game experience, the experience that I have when I'm playing games with people. And it's not about, you know, the entertainment video factor. It's not about any of that kind of stuff. It's just, you know, my experience and me wanting to share it is what it is. But you know, how could that maybe evolve in the future? Maybe like in a year, like I say, what could we possibly be doing then? There's nothing short term that I'm talking about here, of course. It's not like anything's going to happen in the immediate future, but, you know, just you know, bringing the topic of conversation up. And then other things that YouTubers and Twitch streamers and things like that, people use, things like Patreon, for example. If you are willing to share your experiences, how many of you have experienced contributing, becoming patrons of people on Patreon and contributing to YouTubers or streamers? If you want to share, how many YouTubers or streamers do you contribute in that way? Look, we're using up a lot of this coal now because we're just devouring power. We might need to... Oh my goodness, yeah, okay, no, we're going to expand this coal production just a smidgen. Like, how many YouTubers or streamers do you contribute to in this fashion, and so on and so forth? If you don't mind sharing this information, if you do contribute at the time in either way, do you watch videos? Do you ad block videos? Are you a YouTube Red subscriber? Like, these are all things that I would love to hear about from people in the community here, like actual users, to find out, because I know my experiences with all these things. I know what I do, but you know, the possibility that maybe in the future I might look into doing something like this on a more full-time basis, it's good for me to know. Like, it's good research. I want to know what people's actual thoughts in this actual living, breathing community are on these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 6. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. And then we will belt this good guy up like this. And I should have enough poles. Oh yeah, we got enough poles. There we go. And on this side, we will run right there and right there. That will significantly increase coal production. Also, I suppose I could just take these miners off now. They honestly don't need to be here anymore, do they? Herder, no siree, they don't. And we can pick up whatever coal was dropped on the ground, because there's always coal dropped on the ground when that happens, and you always miss it. And then you notice it, like, when you drop miners down on top of it and stuff like that. Yeah. So I got a bunch of coal here in my inventory now because of, you know, reasons. I picked up all those miners, that's why. Oh, right, these ones up here, too. Oh, I should probably pick those up, too. Anyway, let's go drop our coal off in these boilers. And like I say, I want to hear your comments. I want to know what you guys think, if you feel like you want to share. This is obviously, you know, territory where some people may view some of these things as more private details and you don't want to talk about it, and you know what, that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their privacy on all kinds of matters, and if you don't want to talk about this kind of thing, by all means. But I'd like to hear the discussion, and not just, you know, talk back at me kind of thing, but discuss amongst yourselves in the comments as well, if possible. That would be fantastic. I am always a fan of seeing more comments on this channel, and this is a topic that I am particularly interested in that's not directly related to this video in particular. So, you know, I'd love to hear what you guys' thoughts on it are. Our walls are coming along nicely. So what's our situation with steel furnaces now? So steel furnaces, we can get ourselves some electric steel furnaces. All I need is some stone bricks to make that happen. The problem is that every electric steel furnace I make is going to be one less steel, or one less like regular steel furnace in our actual assembly array. And they do use a good amount of steel, and honestly, I don't know if I want to justify that many electric steel furnaces. Like, now that I look at this, this is doing fine now. Now that it's caught up on some of these other materials, I'm not going to be pulling from all of these at once. And these are completely built up right now. Like, I just don't know. I don't know. It's like, I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to expand this. I think doing that would be silly because it would just be taking furnaces that I could be using as regular steel furnaces and I'm going to be feeding coal into eventually and making them electric for no good reason, just so that I can make this production chain faster. But it's done right now, and as long as I don't take every single piece of these at once, it should be okay for a while, right? Or just the belt. Honestly, that's all that that's all it needs to remove all of the iron from this this line. So I think what we're going to do is set up a steel furnace production facility. And for that, I'm going to need the steel plates and the stone bricks brought together. The steel plates are over here, the stone bricks are over here. This is something that, doesn't quite fit into the make anything the same way everything else does, but 20,000 iron, interesting. But we could run it up in a different way. That's no problem. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. Let's make that work. How are we going to plan this out? I think well, the bricks here are going directly into this, so that's annoying. These bricks here are, in an awkward position. Even if we did something like a loader, this would be an awkward position. You know what? No. We could totally make that work. It's gonna... Oh boy, that's gonna be lame, though. That is gonna be mighty lame. I guess, you know what I can do? I don't even need to run lines here. This is silly. I do not need to run assembly lines here. There's no reason for it. Let me get some of these guys, and by some of them I mean an entire stack of 50 of them, which is going to set the factory off producing things again, and I know it's going to use a lot of iron up. All I need to do is drop this guy here, and we will make our steel furnaces from this. And all I need to do to make up for this is drop a chest right here, and we will drop a chest for the furnaces that are going to come out of it over here, I suppose, and that'll take care of that. So we will put bricks, and we'll put this in here, and we'll put this in here, and I'm going to need a power pole that will actually cover that. Fine, that should take care of it. All we need to do now to make this work is drop steel into here. We'll get some steel furnaces, and all will be well in the world. So 50, 100... that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 200, 2, 4, 6, 300 of them. 300 of these steel furnaces at once. Will that cut it? That's going to use a lot of steel and a lot of brick, but I'm okay with that. We have 600 and something more steel here. That's good. Let's dump it all in here except for one stack I'll keep on myself just in case I need more things made out of steel. And there we go. So I think this is everything that we're now going to need in order to produce the next level of our assembly. Or not assembly, the next level of our factory, which is going to be a proper smelting array. I do, though, since I have some steel now, want to upgrade this chest here to steel. Which, yes, I understand is going to result in a crap ton more iron being used. Believe me, I know, I get it. But I just don't want to spend that much steel and brick on steel furnace upgrades here. I said I was going to do it, and actually it would be here. I said I was going to do it. I said we'd take care of that, but honestly, it seems like it's a waste, like a colossal waste to me. How many of them can I make? Well, none, because I have no brick on me, but if I had the brick on me, how many of them could I make? Well, that's 10, but that's because, that's all the brick I have. I can make 15. I would need 20, so I would need a little bit more steel to do that. 10, 15, 20. God, whoops. That was the wrong one. Whoopsie daisy. Actually, no, that was fine. No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine, because I need those stone furnaces in order to make these electric steel furnaces. Or steel furnaces, rather, to make those electric steel furnaces, so that's fine. I could actually scoop some circuits. And that probably wouldn't be a bad idea, right? Yeah, let's scoop some circuits to make this workits. Just like this, and 20 of those, very good. We've got some of these guys already. So let's just go down until I have to make copper cable again. There we go. And now we're just going to scoop some circuits from these factories here. Also iron gear wheels that I probably don't have any business scooping right now, but we'll scoop them. I'll stick them directly into the assemblers, the ones that I just scooped, so that it doesn't become an issue. Iron gear wheels, you can go directly into these assemblers. And what else? This one. There you go. Now they're not going to need the iron gear wheels, so they won't pull them off the belt, and all will be well. And there we go. So now we've got how many? We've got 4, so 5, and then 5, 10, 15. And I had enough! And in fact, I still have 100 circuits left over, which I should probably keep on me. Because hand bombing circuits like that is pretty annoying. So these guys use 180 kilowatts, which is just the same that these electric stone furnaces use. So they use the exact same amount of power, they just work twice as fast. Like, there's a big convenience tax in using these electric furnaces. They just are really not worth it from a resource economy perspective in a lot of ways. Because you can't put modules in them like you can in actual proper electric furnaces. They're just convenient is what they are for these early game applications, or for remote applications like, you know, where you want to do stone but you don't want to run coal out to it, or, you know, whatever you want to smelt without running coal out to it. Basically, it's all about not running coal out to it. We are not Santa Claus. We do not like the coal. All right, this is going to take a couple minutes to finish up. Oh, that's the regular one, and that's the electric. Right. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? This is going to take just a couple minutes to finish up, and Weasel will be back. Well, Weasel won't be back, because it's literally just going to take, like, you know, how long is the construction time? 3 seconds times 5 is what this is going to take. Never mind. We'll just drop these last couple of these ones in, and then we're going to see what our iron production looks like. Done. And done. Now, this will result in more power being used because all of the drills are going to run now, because we're not going to be producing enough iron anymore to supply this, as you can see, because we have these guys up here pulling for steel. This top row is actually going to run out, isn't it? You know what? This top row honestly doesn't need to be this, does it? So this top row I probably should have just left as stone, because it has another set here pulling stuff off to pull into steel. So if it just stays stone, then everything will produce evenly here. And then this one will be steel at the bottom, so it'll produce quickly and drop all of its shit off, and everything will be good in the world, and, you know, we'll have 50% more iron production. Guys, 50% more iron production, though. Fantastic. Okay, anyway, that'll take care of that. And next time, since I've cleared these trees out, finalement, we will begin building the smelting array. And like I say, I think we're going to drop it right in here. And it's going to go up and up and up. And honestly, I think last time we did 4 belts of iron and 4 belts of copper and all that stuff. If I wanted to keep a main bus, I think I would want to do 8 belts of iron, because I would want to just pull belts off directly into the gear wheel production, and I want to pull belts directly into the circuit production. So maybe we would want 8, and then we would have 2 that would continue down afterwards. And then for copper, honestly, the 4 belts is probably more than enough. I could probably make do with 2 even, but we'll see what we want to do. But yeah, I think that's the idea. We might do 8 belts of iron this time, guys. And we're just going to pull them directly off into the things that we need to do. So how many would we have? We would have 2 coming off into green circuits. We would have 2 coming off into gear wheels. And then we would have 4 more going up. And those 4 would get taken off into various other things as well. We might have 1 go off directly into the make anything, or 2 go off directly into the make anything. I don't know. We might do 8 belts. We might do 6. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just do 2. But these are decisions that I will make before the next video, because we're going to be building the smelting array then. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you again next time.